What up? It's your boy Lenny S, man. You know, any place I'm logged into is hiphopsince1987.com. Holla at us.
Shout my hip hop since 1987, niggas. Hiphopsince1987.com.
Alright, it's your boy EMoney. I'm chilling with Lenny S. Now you're a legendary A&R in the game.
Nah, man.
Definitely.
I'm just a guy in the music business.
I can take it. Okay. Now, well, you got a lot of artists, major record deals.
I work with some artists in there,
you started at Bad Boy after Super Mario brought you in.
Absolutely. Did a little research, huh?
I did. After that, you transitioned to Rocafella.
Yes, sir.
Street Team.
Yeah, Street Team.
And Dame gave you a shot at being an A&R.
Absolutely. I will give that credit to Dame Dash.
Okay. Now let's stay there. That was with the Streets is Watching project.
Yeah, actually, the Streets is Watching was my first project. Basically, I was doing the street promotion, you know, whatever at the time, giving out posters and CDs and, you know, hanging up posters on street poles and putting up stickers and violating properties, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But, so it came to a certain point, I just felt like I was hitting my head on the ceiling. And actually, Dame did too. Like, he was like, you've been doing this promotion thing. You know, him and Jay really was like, what you want to do next? You know what I mean? Like, we already see you bored with this. And I was like, shit, the goal was always, I want an A&R. Like, I just want to make albums with artists. And he was like, all right, do it. And I didn't even think it was going to go like that. I thought he was going to be like, man, you ain't no A&R, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, it was only one A&R. His name was Hip Hop. And he was like, you know what? Hip Hop needs some help. He was like, because Hip Hop was working on Jay album. And he was like, you know, we're about to do this soundtrack for the Streets is Watching. He's like, matter of fact, you doing the soundtrack. And the next day, I was in the studio with, it's like me, Jay, Bleak, my man G, and then this producer named Mahogany. And we did the record, It's Alright. Holla back. That's what started the A&R thing off.
Now, what was your coolest moment in working on that classic project?
On the Streets is Watching? Really that. Like, no bullshit, that right there, just because it was the first day, you know what I mean? It was my first shot at being an A&R. Like I said, my man G at the time, where, you know, he's very known in the music business. He was managing the kid, Mahogany. G had a good business sense early, so, you know, he was on that kind of stuff. He was managing Mahogany, so we brought him by the stew, played some beats, you know what I'm saying? Jay picked that joint. I mean, we clearly all liked it, you know what I'm saying? And we just ran with it. So, that right there, man, that, you know, it's just because it set it off, and to be so early. We had a couple of those moments throughout the rock career, you know what I mean? I remember Hard Knock Life being the first record we did for the Volume 2. So, you know, Holy Grail was the first record we did for Magna Carta. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of them times where you do that first record, that first session, that first day, and you know, oh, this is going. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to be some shit. Blueprint 2. Not Blueprint 2, but the Blueprint, TOO. The Blueprint, the first one, same thing. 7, right? Something like that. 8 records done in one weekend. All killers. Again, start off of vibes that you just know this album's gonna be stupid. You know what I'm saying? So that was the moment, you know?
Now, you touched on that Magna Carta. We know you were one of the few people who got to see the process done in its entirety. What was that like sitting on that?
It was just dope, man. You know, every day, I don't mean to sound like on some like fake humble shit, but it's a blessing, man, that I just, you know, get to be there and just be a part of the process of helping. You know what I'm saying? I'm just helping these guys put these, you know, so to speak, masterpieces together. You know, I was working with Jay and working with Timbaland. They was doing an album together. You know, Justin Timberlake lent a great hand. He was working on the album Across the Hall. You know, we had all kind of people like Swiss and Pharrell and coming through and putting you know, little beautiful touches to the album. So just like, again, man, to be able to be there and lend a helping hand and be a part of that process and witness it and help it and, you know, the actual, you know, be there is just, it's crazy.
Now, is it ever uncomfortable, like, giving your input, being as though you're working with someone so great and there's a lot of other great musicians and stuff in the room?
Nah, man. I mean, I think we've all come to a point, everybody I work with is pretty much mature. There really ain't no yes men around. You know, the sessions are pretty contained. They're tight. We don't have, you know, 45 people. It's not like, you know, 17, 18 homeboys. And you know what I mean? It ain't really like that. We working. It's a dope professional environment. The people that are around our family and they're, you know what I'm saying, and they're working with us. They, you know, Rock Nation staff of some sort, or executives, and you know, we family as well. So there's none of that. You know what I mean? I have no problem letting anybody that I work with know, I don't know about this or I don't know about that track, or I think this song takes out this song. You know what I'm saying? It's more just about the work they're doing pretty much is always at a certain bar. So it's really not like, you know, they're doing any kind of like bullshit there that you gotta really be like, yo, this is whack. Nah, it's just everything's at a certain bar. Half the time it's just what fits better, or this is a 9 and this is a 8.5, 9. This one takes this one out. You know what I mean? Or the vibe or the content is the same. So you know we gotta pick from which we don't want to have 2 or 3 of the same, you know, records with the same vein on the same album. So that's pretty much, you know what I'm saying? But nah, man, Jay and the people, like I said, the people I work with, they cool as shit, and nobody ever makes you feel like, you know, shut up, your opinion don't count.
Yeah. Now, were you there when he came up with any of them new rules? Because going platinum before you drop is, of course, brilliant, but unheard of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely.
What did you think when he pitched that at you?
I thought it was dope. He's always had those ideas, man. Jay is just, he's a unique, you know, genius individual in my eyes, and he always just comes up with things like that. I just know this, you know what I'm saying? I never like to speak on his behalf or nothing like that. I could just say that he always just likes pushing the envelope, and that's something that any artist or executive or CEO or whatever the case, you know, whatever title you have, should do. You know what I mean? If you're in a creative space, period, of marketing, like I said, if you're a director, it doesn't matter. You should always want to push the envelope and do something that nobody's done before, and be able to, you know what I'm saying, say that I changed this. But, you know, Mandela just passed, God bless. You know what I mean? For people to, most of the people that like posted stuff on social media or on interviews or blogs or whatever the case may be, always just talked about how this man changed the world for what he did and for what he stood for. So, you know what I mean? For now on, or from that time on, that's what I think anybody should do. You gotta push the envelope.
Okay, now as far as pushing it, we here in Philly. And you're definitely partly responsible for finding a group we know is state property. Maybe you can let us know how they came to be on your radar and you know, give us that. Oh man,
that was, you know, I was just, like I said again, part of the Rocafella team. Again, man, I was blessed to be able to work with all them brothers. They came across paths. I believe that Jay knew Sadiq at the time, and you know they connected, and then Beans came through, and then with them, you know what I'm saying, with Sadiq and with God Bless Roller and those guys, and Stevie G and those guys, they brought all the rest of them in. And you know, at the time, it was like, I feel Philly was like breaking open. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you had legends that came from here, Steady B, and different people like, you know, that was from here, but like this, of that regime, of that era, those guys, you know, like I said, Steve and Sadiq and them guys was bringing these writers that was just nasty. These rappers was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they was all, you know, from state, everybody in State P, man, and it was just like a overload, you know what I'm saying? So we try to obviously grab up as many as we could, you know what I'm saying, that we could handle. It was only one label, you know, and then you know, some of the guys got signed elsewhere, right, like Dutch and Spade and
Entertainment.
Yeah, you know, got signed elsewhere. So, but shit, man, we believed in them big time. That's what we about, man. We believe in artists that come from where we come from and putting our all into them. So, you know, I've spent a lot of time in Philly. Shit, I damn near live here.
Yeah.
I lived in the Lowe's Hotel or the Marriott or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? Just working on, you know, albums with these guys and developing my relationships, and that's what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here now. You know what I mean? I'm highly, obviously, if you haven't heard, interested in my man Goldie and the team he got. You know, I'm just as interested as Goldie as his team. You know what I'm saying? Because now it has to be a unit. You know, I'm not just interested in the artist. I gotta be interested in the management as well. I gotta know that they got their shit together, or the production company, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Because one don't work without the other.
Okay. Now, it's funny, I ran into Goldie not that long ago. Now, are you planning to sign him to Rock Nation? What's the future?
You know, we working, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
As much as I want to give hip-hop, you know what I'm saying, the exclusive, but nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we working. Basically, I feel like I was able to catch Goldie at a early stage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I still feel he has room to grow. He's a young guy. He's amazing what he does. You know what I'm saying? He's sick with that pen. And you know, it's going to be a lot of people that's probably not going to see it. I did an interview a while ago with my man Al Lindstrom, and like I mentioned him on there, and like mad people would say to me like, yo, I checked the kid Goldie out, he alright, or I checked him out, or, you know, or they be like, yo, I checked him out, I got a kid better. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff is always gonna come through, but
get the talking.
It's just my job, period. It's my job to find it when you don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? It's my job to find a kid that's going to be nasty in 5 years or 7 years, and you ain't going to get it till 4 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my job. So I don't worry about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no rush to go and, you know, I'm talking to probably 3 or 4 artists right now, right? You know, 2 that I'm really heavily interested in. None of them are signed, but the understanding is there. That's my goal. That's my intent. And some of them may sign because of me. Some of them may sign because of them. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. Goldie and them could be holding out on me. Like the people out there don't know what it is. The bottom line is the relationship is there. I'm coming here constantly. People in Philly could tell you I'm here on the regular. We're working on music. We're working on videos. We're working on building them up. Because, you know, they have a responsibility, meaning Goldie and his team, and I have one as well. And that responsibility has to be met. He still has to, you know, deliver and have the criteria of the other guys, whether it's Chance the Rapper or Vic Mensa or whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? Somebody from ASAP Mob. He still has to have that criteria and that build-up that they have, you know what I'm saying? So that it's fair, you know what I mean? So we here working.
And it's funny, you have a lot of labels who think you don't have that time to sit and build with an artist, so they give you a half-ass product.
They don't.
And the shelf life is short. What made you guys kind of focus in on that artist development? Where you even look at J. Cole, where he bubbled for a while.
There you go.
On Underground, and now look,
this guy knows his stuff.
Hey, I be trying.
Nah. I watch y'all, man. Nah, I think it's important. I think it's something that record labels 100% they don't focus on. You're right. They're all about what's hot. They're all about the current single. They're all about the spins that this guy has. They're all about the views his YouTube has. They're all about you know, social media numbers. Now, don't get me wrong. We're in a society now. We're in an industry now where all that stuff is relative. I'm not ignoring it. I'm just making it a part of what it is, a part of what you sign an artist for, and that's artist development. You have to groom that artist. You have to develop that artist. You have to raise that artist. Literally, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, shit, Goldie got 3, 4 dads. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? He got Deuce, he got Steve, he got me, you have to, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to have people guide you in the right way to let them know. And we giving them all our experience. So if I got 15 years, and Steve got 15 years, and Deuce got 15, if we get now, you know what I mean? He got 45 years. You can't. You know what I'm saying? God forbid somebody else comes in board, or Timberland ends up liking him, or this person, or Meek is co-signed, whatever the case may be, from wherever. You know what I mean? If Ross gets whatever, he has now all that experience. That's what an OG or whatever is supposed to do. They're supposed to help guide you, and maybe you're still gonna make mistakes, right? You ain't gonna avoid that, but maybe now you could avoid 20 mistakes out of, you know what I'm saying, out of 30, and you be,
or that major mistake.
You know what I'm saying?
Knock you right out,
And you know, a lot of artists, they don't have that. They have this thing called a platform called the internet that they just put their shit out. They let the people say that they dope or not, and that's cool, but then they don't have no real guidance. They doing it on their own. They figure, shit, I done got this much views and this much hits on my own. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm a fucking genius. I'm going, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then they go and then they don't really have no guidance. Then they may do maybe a fucked up deal. They may be more arrogant than they should be. They may, you know what I'm saying? None of it is right or wrong. I'm just know my way. My way is artist development. Any artist I work with, I prefer to be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hands-on. I feel like I'm one of the first, like, lifestyle A&Rs. And when I say lifestyle A&R, I'm not just in the studio. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think an album ends there. If you ask any artist I ever fucked with, like, I don't care if it's Fab or Khaled or anybody. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? They shooting a video, I'm there. If they shooting if they doing a show at their local city or they venue, the Barclays or the MSG or fucking BB Kings or the TLA, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm traveling down. I'm supporting them. If they doing a marketing meeting, I'm there. If they, like I said, shooting a vid, artist development, that's what it's about. A&R, a real A&R knows the music that he helped, you know what I'm saying, make. And then from that music now has to go out and be put out to the rest of the world. Who knows it more than you know what I'm saying? Me, the artist, maybe the manager, the marketing person. Nobody knows it more than us. We created it. We made it. We curated it. You know what I'm saying? And we have to then give that vision out to the rest of the world. So how you gonna do that by just going in the studio and then leaving and then sitting and it's over and you know what I'm saying? It don't work that way.
Shout my hip hop since 1987, niggas. Hip hop since 1987.com.